Size Eyes on the Sky.
We had a pretty warm day out there today. Well, a lot of cloud cover. I'll tell you if we have the same situation for tomorrow.
We'll have more Iowa and national weather coming up. Size Eyes starts now. I had a minor heart attack there. I'm like, no, I have to be up there. Like, that's next time.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies.
That's what you were just on.
ISU TV's longest running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm.
Okay, good.
From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. This evening, I'm accompanied with Jaret Lansford.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hello.
So it was kind of a warm, humid day today, cloudy. And we saw the temperatures kind of stuck around in the mid-70s, and as we look at the reflectivity right now, we can see there's some rain out there, especially over in western Iowa and eastern Nebraska. That rain's been trying to push eastward, but it hasn't quite made it to central Iowa as we move through the day. This is a big system we've got. This is actually the remnants of a tropical depression, and it's pushed into the Midwest and kind of stalled out. And so that's why we've had these cloudy conditions over the last few days. We'll tell you more about that coming up. But looking at tomorrow, we'll see as we start the day, we'll be in the low 60s. Those clouds will be sticking around for the early morning hours, but they'll start to kind of erode away as we go through the day, and we'll reach 74 degrees by the 4 p.m. We'll have a nice seasonal day for us on our Friday.
Thank you, Jaret. On this day in weather history, in 1985, flakes of snow were observed mixed with light rain at Des Moines around 7 a.m., making it the earliest recorded snowfall in more than a century at that location and one of the earliest observances of snow in Iowa history, just one day earlier than the remarkable statewide snowfall of September 25th, 1942. Up next, we'll be talking to Ryherd about our national weather.
A pretty warm day across most of the nation, even 104 down in Phoenix they topped out at. I'll let you know how long that warmth will stick around after the break.
And
Up next, we have Ryherd for your national weather.
Another warm day across most of the nation. Phoenix topped out at 104. However, we're a lot cooler, more seasonal around other parts of the nation right now. 67 up in Syracuse, 60 up in Augusta. They actually might be dipping down into the 30s tonight. Down south, though, a little bit warmer, low to mid 80s. Atlanta, the cool spot there, 65. Out to the west, though, we've got that warm pool right here, 102 in Las Vegas, 103 in Phoenix right now. So pretty warm for the later part of the day. And then back up to the north, 70 in Seattle and 76 down in Salem. Back, though, to the central part of the U.S., 75 in Des Moines, and then upper 60s around other parts of the northern central U.S. Highs, though, pretty warm. We hit 104 in Phoenix, and then only 60s up to the north, and then a lot of warmer pockets down to the south again. We do have a lot of rain coming across the central part of the U.S. and also down to the southeastern part of the U.S. coming off of the ocean there, and they are just going to keep getting hounded with rain down there for quite a few days, actually, as this system just keeps on spinning and producing more and more precipitation down there. Watches and warnings, though, a pretty blank map for most of the nation, except for right up here, we've got some freeze warnings, and then out here we do have some fire watches and small craft advisories out there, actually. However, Futurecast showing us the rain just keeps spinning and producing here. It's going to fizzle out in the central U.S. and just keep on hounding the southeastern part of the U.S. with more and more rain as the days progress into the weekend, though. Then highs for tomorrow, much like today, a little bit cooler, a little more seasonal, but still above average. 102 down in Phoenix, 77 up in Minneapolis, which is much warmer than it was today, and 81 in St. Louis. Tampa, Florida is our travel city for the week. They're going to be pretty stormy and pretty muggy for a good part of the next 7 days. In the upper 80s for most of it, and then they get a little bit of a cool down near the end of the week. Lindsay?
Thank you, Jan. Up next, we have this evening's trivia question. Lightning has enough energy to power a home for how long? Is it A, 2 minutes, B, 2 hours, C, 2 days, or D, 2 weeks? Up next, we have Jaret Lansford with your Iowa weather.
We've got some rain showers across the western portion of the state. I'll tell you if this will push across our area going forward into the week after the break. Welcome back. You can see we've got some rain showers across the western Iowa and eastern Nebraska. Those are connected with a tropical depression that has moved across the U.S. and is stalled out over here in eastern Nebraska. And this system's trying to push eastward, but it's not really making much headway. But it's why there's been so much cloud cover across the entire state. As we zoom out, we can see this system just kind of sitting, spinning, and not making much motion at all. And so, as we go forward, this is actually going to kind of rain itself out, and it'll eventually erode away and give us some much nicer weather. You can see the clouds will be exiting in the next day or two, and we'll see much more seasonable weather with temperatures into the low to mid 70s. It'll be beautiful weather for us, but there's a possibility we might see a cool down next week. I'll tell you about that here coming up. Currently, though, it's 73 degrees in Ames, partly cloudy conditions, and it's a little less humid than it was earlier, but it's still a little bit humid out there. Across the state, we're at 73 degrees in Waterloo, 73 in Ames as well, 67 over in Sioux City, and we are at 70 degrees in Davenport. Currently, the winds are pushing across the state from the southeast at anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, and you can see that rain is trying to make its way east, but it's really not making much progress, and that's resulted in places like Omaha getting a lot of rain in the last 2 days. They've had flash flood watches for the area yesterday, and so it's kind of lucky that across the state of Iowa we haven't really seen too much of that rain. And you can see there's no watches or warnings out there right now, nothing to worry about with respect to this rain. It's going to kind of stick around over this portion of the state and eventually rain itself out. We won't have to worry about seeing any real rain showers. Maybe some drizzle is possible out there as we move into the evening and late into the night. But tomorrow we're going to see mostly some cloud cover early on, and that's going to start pushing out of the area as that system actually retreats to the west, which is a little unusual. And we'll see some pockets of sun. Hey, sunshine, isn't that great? And that'll be sticking around through the period as we see coming up. Lows tonight will be in the upper 50s with a very comfortable night. Be great to open your windows up, and temperatures will be in the mid 70s. Beautiful day in store for us tomorrow. Tonight 61 with those east winds at 5 to 10, mostly cloudy, and tomorrow it's going to be pretty comfortable day. It'll start off cloudy, and those clouds will slowly erode away as we move through the day, and it's going to be a beautiful fall day for us. As we move through the 7-day, we've got pretty seasonable temperatures and great weather in store with temperatures right in the upper 70s through most of the period before a brief cool down near the end of the period on Wednesday.
All right, up next we have our trivia question again. Lightning has enough energy to power a home for how long? Is it A, 2 minutes, B, 2 hours, C, 2 days, or D, 2 weeks?
You know, I don't think it's that long. I'm going to go 2 hours.
See, I'm thinking it's a high one. Like it's just one little house, and lightning's pretty powerful. So I'm going to go high and say the whole 2 weeks.
I'll go in the middle. I'll say 2 days.
Okay.
2 weeks.
Woo!
Jan is the winner. Lightning is very powerful, obviously.
Yes, it is.
It definitely is.
So I've kind of heard, Jan, you haven't been feeling too well.
No, I haven't. I've been really dizzy, so I'm I'm hoping I've been doing okay today and made it through the broadcast all right. But
Yeah, I'd say you did very well for not
Yeah.
feeling so hot.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick over here on this side of the desk so I don't catch anything.
you won't catch anything. Just being under the bright lights, it makes me a little like, ah, but it's all good.
Okay, well, hope you're feeling better.
I'm not ready for that fall weather coming up. I like how it's been the last few days.
Today was beautiful, honestly. I loved it. I didn't mind the clouds.
Beautiful day, and we're going to see some more beautiful days coming up before that slight cool down. Nothing to be too concerned about, though.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of Si's Eyes on the Skies. Make sure to join us next week.